I have two special people in the studio here with me. A regular on the show, Mr. Mark Smith from Keller Williams, Team Smith, Wisconsin. Say hi, Mark.
Hello there.
And then we also have Michelle Glen from HSA Home Warranty Services, and she's going to give us a ton of information today. Yep. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad to have you guys on the show. Home warranties, you guys. Michelle's going to briefly explain kind of what it is. And when it comes to the home warranties, they're a part of not just real estate, but they're a part of sometimes just being a regular homeowner that it has concerns about the, I guess, longevity and ability of your mechanicals and appliances and things like that, and don't like surprises. You know?
Right.
So what is a home warranty?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Mark. So a home warranty is a contractual agreement where we promise to repair or replace a broken item, broken component that fails due to normal wear and tear after the start of coverage.
Okay.
So that's like the dictionary.
Yeah. And so basically what she's talking about there is if you get a home warranty and you're 4 months into your home warranty and your furnace takes a puke, right? They're going to come in and they're going to send somebody out and they're going to either repair or replace that furnace and make sure that it is working for you when they leave.
We have a service fee where you pay $100.
Okay.
And we have some older contracts where the service fee is $75 and you know that can change. But right now it's $100 per claim per trade. Yep. So if somebody has a plumbing claim and a heating claim that they file at the same time, they're going to pay 2 trade fees because that's 2 truck rolls.
So 100 to 100.
Yep.
Okay. So when the furnace guy comes out to take a look at the furnace, you're going to pay the furnace guy the $100. They pay you?
It's through our website.
Okay,
like it's automatic. Yeah. Before when they file the claim, they pay the $100.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And then HSA pays the remainder of the service fee just to get the guy up to the home. So we have some skin in the game too.
Yep.
To make sure that the vendor's going out there and providing that service, and the vendor bills us for just the truck roll just to get them out there.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, when we talk about these home warranties, we're talking about breakdown of different mechanicals and appliances in your home. Right. We're not talking about roof leaks, right?
We are talking about roof leaks.
Sometimes roof leaks are covered.
Yeah, we actually, in our base plan at HSA, for single families and multifamilies, we actually include $750 worth of roof leak repair.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. I didn't know that. I learned something new today.
That's something new. Yeah. Write that down.
Yeah, write that down, Mark. But when it comes to these, the home warranties, we're not just talking about single family homes, right? What are we all talking about?
All residential dwellings. We'll do single family, townhomes, condos, multiplexes up to 4 families. It's got to be straight up residential. We won't do any commercial. We won't do mixed use. Yeah. It's just straight up residential.
What if somebody's renting?
That's okay. So I had that question today. So somebody called and said, well, this woman is buying a property, but she's not going to be living there, and she's just doing short-term leases, 6 months. Okay. So is that what happens to her contract? Well, as long as she still maintains ownership of that home, we don't care who lives there. We don't care if somebody's renting it out.
Sure.
Or living there themselves. It doesn't matter to us as living there.
Sure. So she's the landlord essentially, and she can have a home warranty on that property.
Right.
And then she doesn't have to have a handyman, or it's going to come and she just has a warranty company.
I think that's great, especially if people are looking at investment properties or Airbnbs to have them have a home warranty. That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah,
because you don't know who's in and out on a regular basis. You might have that for a short-term lease or whatever, but it's really nice to have that as a backup. Can't call it insurance, but it is helpful, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and it gives you that you don't have to have a furnace guy in your pocket. You don't have to have a plumber in your pocket. You just have to have HSA in your pocket. And that works at one number. Hey, I got a tenant at this address calling with a water heater's not working. Right. And they send the guy out, That's right. Yeah. So cool. All right. So it handles single family homes, older homes, condos, townhomes, duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, new construction, and mobile homes.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know mobile homes would be in there because they move.
Well, they've got to have a permanent foundation.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the kind of mobile homes that you
not like an
to your
RV.
Trailer. Not an RV.
Not a fifth wheel.
Not a fifth wheel. My fifth wheel. There you go. Yeah. Oh, that's great. But generally speaking, home warranties are going to cover furnace, water heater, refrigerator.
Yep.
Stove.
So I can make it really easy. We have an acronym, and it's PREACH. PREACH. So P is for plumbing. That'll be plumbing failures like drain line stoppages, pipe leaks, water heater leaks. Yeah. And then you've got roof leak repair. Sure. Then you've got electrical failures like a panel that has failed, electrical switch, electrical light fixture, anything electrical that fails. And then we've got kitchen appliances with washer and dryer is optional, and then cooling and heating.
Is garbage disposal in there?
Yep, that's plumbing.
Okay, all right. What about, now you said, I didn't know the plumbing leaks were in there, but like the sewer lateral backups and things like that?
Yeah, it's our coverage is going to cover items that fail within the foundation of the home. So as long as it fails within the foundation of the home, we're not going to be able.
Tree roots damaging it outside is not covered.
Correct, because that's actually Mother Nature.
Yeah, but that kind of gives you the basics of what is covered by the home warranty. Now, as far as how claims are handled, so we were using the furnace. So my furnace stops working, right? What do I have to do as a homeowner that has a home warranty with HSA? What do I got to do?
The first step is always to file a claim. We have a website that the homeowner can go to, myhomewarranty.com. They file the claim. That's going to be if it's under or over 32 degrees. Okay. Under 32 degrees, we want to make sure that we get out there a little bit faster than the 2 business day guideline.
Become a bigger problem.
So they're going to want to call the 800 number that we have, and they will want to speak to an actual human being that we have at our call center.
24/7? Or
Yep, 24/7.
Oh, really? Okay, so if it happens at 3 o'clock in the morning, HSA is there to answer the phone.
Yeah, they'll actually ask them, find out. They'll go and log onto the internet at the call center, and they have their address, and they'll go and Google the weather.
Yeah.
And just say it's 32 degrees or below. We're going to file this as expedited.
Well, and Tanner, so personal experience. So Tanner bought a home in the border of Milwaukee. It's Milwaukee County, so Wauwatosa over by Mayfair Mall. Furnace, the fan was going on, but it wasn't kicking on. The heat wasn't actually kicking on. And I remember I'm like, well, you got your home warranty, I guess. And this is only probably like a month and a half, 2 months into owning the home. And it was amazing. I'll be honest with you. I was amazed how quickly they got there because made the claim. That I think that company was there within an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because we were still there and we were in the basement looking at like, oh, I'm a dad. I can look at this. I'm looking around. They came in, found out it was just a loose wire.
That was all it was.
It took them like 5 minutes. Bloop, bloop. But I'm thinking, oh, I wish I could have fixed that. But I'm thinking, you know what? I'm really glad that they were there and they were able to fix it. And we got the heat back on. Everything was good. And it was right when the weather was starting to get cold again. So
and for $100,
$100
worth it.
Perfect.
Every day.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
I might have known that.
You might have.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And as far as the home warranty call, it's not an HSA person that's going out there. I mean, Mark touched on it. It's a contractor, and you touched on that. You call vendors. Yeah. But they're basically, HSA has usually agreements with people in the area that are in the different trades to come out and service your home. But you can't call Joe's Plumbing on your own and then just say, hey, it's HSA. I had a guy come and fix my stuff. So you got to pay him. It doesn't work that way. You got to call HSA first.
It is always advisable to do that. There are some circumstances that we might be able to help with that particular situation.
Sure.
But the best advice I can possibly give somebody is that they've got to file a claim first. Somebody might want to use their own vendor, but let us at least go to the home first, get a diagnosis, review coverage, so then there are no surprises. That person knows exactly what's covered. Then they can go and use their vendor, and then we reimburse them what we would have paid. So they can use their vendor. Just let us get through that particular step.
Yep. And the part of the thing that you guys have is a lot like when we talk about like health insurance and stuff. You guys have vendors that agreed to the prices that you guys are going to pay. Right. And because there's limitations in the home warranty policies, right? They spend a certain dollar amount, up to a certain dollar amount, and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Is that flexible? Like when somebody's signing up that they say, hey, I don't want a $5,000 cap. I want a $10,000 cap and I'll pay extra. Is that anything that's even possible?
That would be really cool if we had that option, but we don't have that option.
Everybody's at that height, at that level.
It's a $25,000 contract.
Oh, okay.
It's $5,000 maximum aggregate is what we call it. It's a payout aggregate. Yep. And it's $5,000 for plumbing, $5,000 for electrical, $5,000 for appliance, $5,000 for HVAC or cooling, $5,000 for HVAC.
Oh, separated.
So it's $10,000 for HVAC.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, and then there are aggregates within those aggregates. For example, a boiler. A boiler is going to cost maximum aggregate is $1,500 within that $5,000.
Yeah.
So I've never come across in the years I've worked here somebody having $25,000 worth of claims.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't happen very often. Yeah. But as far as the understanding where those claims, when they come in, and how you guys kind of negotiate them out and stuff. That really needs to be you guys contacting the vendors and taking care of and kind of helping the person through that process, because most homeowners, I mean,
Right.
Joe's Plumbing is going to show up and they're going to try to sell you whatever they got on the truck, and that's what it is, and they're going to try to charge you sometimes through the nose, where HSA has the experience to know, hey, that is way overpriced for that service. That's not what we should be paying for that, and kind of help you.
You're 100% right. And if you don't mind, I want to mention something, because, with the Freon, how the refrigerant is, $150, $200, thank you, per pound right now. You can use Freon right now. They're reclaiming it, and, it's got less availability. So the price is super high.
Yeah.
But it's still available.
Yeah.
So when we go out and somebody has a low Freon level, and we determine it's a leak, but the unit itself is fine, the compressor, we'll just fill them up with.
If they can patch it and fill it up,
right?
Then
right,
yeah.
Okay, and we pay for that refrigerant. But what has happened in the past is that somebody won't file a claim. They go and have ABC 1, 2, 3 out, and then they wind up paying $5,000 for a brand new AC because they said, well, for the R22 is no longer available.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so
it is still available. You just can't, the law. So some of the laws change in the United States as far as the refrigerants that you can use in your air conditioners. So the old stuff was R22. And the new stuff is 410. So the R22 and the 410, they don't get along. So you can't put one into the system where the other was used. And so if you get a new air conditioner, generally they replace the line set or the coil that holds all the refrigerant. They have to replace that, or they have to flush it. Flushing's about the same as replacement, so usually just replacement's better. But with the R22, they said, hey, you can't make anymore, you can't import anymore. You can reclaim it from old units and store it if you want. Yep. Or if what you have in stock, you can still use. And so a lot of guys went out and companies went out and bought a ton of it as soon as that ruling came out and said it was going to be made into law or whatever in over a year or two. Yep. So they had made a big backstock of it, and a lot of companies still have it available. Yep. It was like a pink canister, I think it was, or is it green? It was whatever. The color of refrigerant can that it is.
Flip it over.
One's green. Yeah, they flip it over. One's green, one's pink, or whatever. But I don't know which one is which. But ultimately, R22 is still available. You can still buy it. You can still recharge your refrigerant and stuff like that, but only do it when it makes sense. So if the unit is too damaged, like you got a whole bunch of dog urine on it, or somebody crashed into it with a bike and shredded the outside unit, you're not going to be able to patch that micro leak hole. If it just a brazed joint came apart and they need to resolder that joint and then it'll hold refrigerant, then hey, then put some new refrigerant in there. Your air conditioner can last another 5 years. Why not? Yep. Right? Yeah, exactly. For sure. Just because it's low on refrigerant does not mean that it needs to be replaced.
If somebody just takes this little piece away with them tonight, then that's amazing, because I've had to, and we can help reimburse for what we would have paid for a repair. I've gotten some help for some people, but it just breaks my heart when I hear that they paid $5,000, and I'm like, oh my god, just because. Of and
refrigerant. The $5,000 number is real. So if you need to replace your air conditioner, that's the number you're looking at these days. $4,000 to $5,000 to replace an air conditioner these days. Now, one of the things that I've heard in the past with the limitations on the home warranty is if you want something more expensive, like say the refrigerator dies, and the home warranty company will replace it with a similar model, right? Is essentially the rule. Now, if you want an upgrade, can the person pay for the upgrade separately?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So you could pay. So if you wanted, you had a Hot Point refrigerator. Okay, not that anything's wrong with Hot Point. Okay, but if you had a Hot Point refrigerator and you wanted to get a GE profile, right, $1,000 more expensive refrigerator, but it's got ice and water in the front and all these other nice features, video screen on the front, whatever, who knows, and you want to upgrade, you can pay the price difference and upgrade that. But the HSA is going to say we cover up to this dollar amount because that's what the similar model that you had would be to replace it, right? So and you could do that with furnaces, anything, right? Essentially.
Yeah, well, we have a really cool HVAC program, and if somebody wants to do that, they don't even have to have a failed furnace or failed AC with this new program, because we have national pricing. Sure. We have this really cool program where, say, Mark's like, all right, I want to upgrade my AC because my old unit is not efficient anymore, but it hasn't failed and I don't want to wait. So all he has to do is, because he has a home warranty, right? All he has to do is just
Go ahead and hit it with a sledgehammer. Is that no? That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Technically, yes. In this case, he could do that. It wouldn't matter because we're not going to cover it warranty wise, right?
Yeah.
But he goes and contacts our HVAC upgrade team, and then he gets put into the program, and then we have a vendor that's within the program, and then that vendor goes and gives him up to 50% off of retail pricing for a new unit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Whether it's failed or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to fail in order to take advantage. So that's where we just rolled that out. So
Cool.
that's kind of exciting.
Very cool.
That is new.
And the sledgehammer thing was a joke. It's home warranty claims are things that happen on their own, just from normal wear and tear, not from you doing anything. Right. If you run your car into the refrigerator in the garage, that doesn't mean that the home warranty company is going to replace it. Okay, that's not how it works. But yeah, so the next thing that we're going to get into is going to be the benefits during a real estate transaction. So home warranties can be a benefit to buyers and to sellers, right?
Correct,
on both sides. So how does that play in?
Yeah, so I was going to actually mention that, the fact that every time that we work with a buyer or a seller, we actually offer an HSA warranty to them, and we actually go through it with them, kind of explain the benefits. We tell them about the website, and then they have the choice of whether they want to accept it and take it. I think the normal price is, and correct me if I'm wrong, for a single family home is $520. And then you can pay for upgrades. And I think there's like a 7-star that you can pay for individual upgrades and different things. But we do that on the buyer side if they're looking to buy a new home, or we do it on the seller side as well. And on the seller side, you can have them offer a home warranty, which is a nice benefit. Like, hey, come look at my house. Not only are you going to get this wonderful house, but you're also going to have a 1-year home warranty. And we do that for the seller, for the benefit of the buyer. But then you can also include the seller and the buyer from the time that the accepted offer happens. When that gets signed up, you can actually cover the seller all the way through until closing, and then after closing for the buyer as well.
That's awesome.
So I think that's a great idea. Not only that, but there's enough stress in the whole buying and selling portion that if you have that home warranty during that time period, it kind of takes a little bit of stress off those people. Because the last thing you want to have happen is 2 days before closing, all of a sudden something happens with the furnace or
Murphy's
something.
Law says that's what happened.
It will.
Yes.
And I've had it happen with clients before where that's actually worked out for them. So we offer that, and depending on the home and depending on how old the appliances are, because there are some people who update their appliances on a regular basis. There's other people who say, I'm selling my house as is.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, well, come take a look. So we come and see them, and they've left everything pretty much the same as it's been for 30 years. And then that's when we tell anybody that's going to think about buying, like, a home warranty might be a really good idea for you guys, just because not knowing what's going on with the age and where everything's at. So,
yeah. Well, and with the seller's thing, and if the seller's carrying it for 60 days before the sale happens, then the buyer takes over, and the thing dies 2 days after the buyer moves in, the home warranties company's not going to even question it because it's been working for the 60 days before that. So
You're right.
Lots of times if you just got a home warranty and the next day something happens, the home warranty comes a little suspicious that something might be fishy here. But that's not that case. But it also it gives buyers great security in what they're purchasing, and the sellers less anxiety about worrying about something breaking or damaging. Gives them that kind of
and that's in our packet, on our buyer packet, and in our listing packet as well.
Yeah.
With that the home warranty is in there at all times, and we tell everybody, like, you don't have to decide right now. You can always decide at whatever point that you'd like to do that.
Yeah.
We do like to have them do it, like, at that point, make a decision. But then we have a place where they can sign to agree to it, and then that gets rolled into their closing as far as the financial. And then if they want to waive it, they can also waive it. I mean, it's completely up to them. I mean, we live in America, so you can decide what you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. But that $520, $520, was that what it was? Yeah. And the prices that we're quoting here, you guys, this video is going to be on the internet for a long time. So just because it's $520 today doesn't mean it's going to be $520 tomorrow. So go to HSA.com, online HSA.com, and you can find out what the current pricing and stuff is, or contact one of their sales reps.
Yes, please. I am the sales rep for the area.
There you go. So you want to reach out to Michelle. Her number is 414-698-5823. Again, that's 414-698-5823. But as far as the $520, I mean, you're gonna get more value in that $520 and what people are gonna offer for your home because you have a home warranty. They're probably gonna offer you more than $520 over what they would originally, without that home warranty, have offered on the home, because they feel more secure in the appliances, the mechanicals, and all that kind of stuff. And they know that it's for that first year when a new person buys a house and you have a lot of expenses going into that home sale. closing costs, new furniture, moving expenses, everything else, insurance, deductibles and all that kind of stuff being paid. You have so many expenses in that first year to know at least for that 1 year that seller paid for that home warranty, you're not going to have to worry about it.
That's right.
Has huge value to buyers that are looking to purchase your home. So very good idea on both the sellers and the buyers side.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole idea is that you want to take any of those things that happen that are just giant surprises that nobody's thinking about, but taking someone who's thinking about the equity that they're getting and they've got a number in mind, like, okay, if we do this, this is where we're going to be at equity wise. Well, then the furnace goes and you don't have a home warranty. The furnace goes like, oh, that's $8,000, right? Or the HVAC, the AC unit and the furnace go. Now we're looking at over 10 with everything involved. So the whole idea that you are protecting that at least for that portion of the time, but getting a home warranty. And I think the other thing too is that I'm amazed on how many people who have a home warranty when they first move into their house and then they extend it. And they keep that home warranty throughout, because think about this, average time that people live in a house is 10 to 12 years. If you kept that home warranty for that 10 to 12 years and you're only paying the $500 a year for that home warranty, think how much that could pay off every single year. I mean, in the case that something would go wrong, right? Yeah. So I think having a home warranty, not only for buying and selling, but for the longevity of your home is not a bad idea.
Now, how long can a seller carry that home warranty and be covered? I mean,
it's up to 12 months for free.
Okay.
So HSA offers free sellers coverage as long as they're agreeing to pay for the buyer plan, or perhaps someone is paying for it. An agent can gift it, that kind of thing. So as long as the buyer plan is going to be paid for after closing, they'll get free coverage during the listing, and it's up to 12 months, but in 6-month increments. So we have to get it extended after 6 months.
Sure. Okay. So that would cover them for up to 12 months, and then cover the buyer for up to 12
Another
months.
12, yeah.
Yeah, and then the buyer could have the option to take it on themselves if they choose to.
Right. And we have a really high renewal rate of 75%, and I know that my company is working on increasing that, so I would be surprised if that's old.
I would think 75%. That's actually really, really good. I was thinking about 50% or more, but yeah, I think, and especially if anybody's used it in the first 12 months, they realize how valuable it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then I think that's probably where people are like, ooh, we should do that again for sure.
And when we talk about when are my appliances going to go bad type of thing, okay, 20 years is what you normally look at for HVAC equipment, right? At the most, usually. Furnaces are usually about that 15 to 20 years. Air conditioners are at 10 to 15 years. Water heaters are going to be 10 to 12 years, right? And if you have mechanicals and stuff in your home that are 20 years old, you're playing with borrowed time. You're rolling dice here, and you're betting on red. But it's something that the home warranty makes you not gamble. You're not taking a gamble that you're not going to be prepared for something, and to be hit in the face with a $5,000 expense, and then 6 months later be hit with another $5,000 expense. That's hard to take, And the last thing you want to do is put all this stuff on credit cards and start paying the credit card company all kinds of interest rates and stuff. Now, as far as the upgrades to coverage, we talked about the possible upgrades if the buyer wants to get a better fridge, microwave, that kind of stuff. Seller HVAC is an add-on.
Like I said, seller's coverage is free. That's the base plan during the listing. But if they want $1,500 worth of heating or air coverage, it's an extra $60 payable. So that's an option.
Sure.
Because we actually have 35% of our heating and air claims are on units that are 10 years and younger.
Oh, okay.
So we have a lot of heating and air claims.
That's more than I would expect. When you're 10 years younger, you'd expect your furnace is still going to run like a champ unless you're having something
not so
go
much
wrong.
anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think anything's made like it used to be, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a really good upgrade too that Mark alluded to earlier called the 7-star. It just is going to help reduce their non-pockets, or non-covereds, I should say, out of pockets when we replace a major mechanical like furnace, AC, or water heater.
Yeah. And
it covers for things that the base warranty doesn't cover. So.
Yeah. Now, I did go on the website, and they have a great website. You guys go to onlinehsa.com, and they have a whole bunch of stuff on there. But I just printed off a couple of things. They describe what a home warranty is, what's covered, what's not covered, buyers and sellers. They have a copy of the contract on there that you can actually go and read through the lawyer speak of a contract if you really want to. It's make your mind. We get out your magnifying glass, but it is all there if you want to read through it. And then they actually have a checklist of what's covered, what's not covered, and stuff, which is really good. Really a great little website to kind of lay out what it is, what your optional coverages are, and that kind of stuff. All the basically stuff we're talking about here. And if you want to fill out an application, you can do it online as well. Otherwise, give Michelle a call over at HSA Home Warranties, 414-698-5823. And she would be happy to help you out.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Call me first.
Absolutely.
Nice.
When it comes to the home warranty, what's going to set HSA apart from other home warranty companies?
Well, we're owned by American Home Shield. American Home Shield and HSA combined have the largest market share in the entire country. So yeah, we're in a lot of homes, about 2 million members that we have. And what sets us apart is all the stuff, all the small print. That's what you really have to look for, is the coverage details. You know, you might have another product that might be able to allow you to use your own vendor, but although we ask that you use our vendor, we want you to get the most value out of it. So using a competitor that allows you to use their vendor, their aggregates, maximum payouts typically a lot of times are lower than the $5,000 per category that I was talking about earlier. Yeah. And then they'll go and pay the retail rate that vendor charges, right?
Yeah, big bucks.
We do wholesale and volume discounting with our vendors. So the aggregates are going to last more. You get more value out of using a product like ours that uses those preferred vendors.
And your preferred vendor is going to give you that price and discount because they know you guys are going to be repeat customers.
Right.
You're not going to be a one-off customer type of thing.
Oh, gosh, yeah. We're the ones that's, they don't have to spend anything on marketing. They're getting a large chunk of their business from us.
And when they do it wrong, they get taken off that list in a hurry. So they know that, you know, so they want to make sure you guys are happy.
Or hand slapped or discussed with them.
Yeah. And when you go on to Google does not always tell the story. You know, you can pay for SEO. Okay, you can pay search engine optimization, but you can pay to be the top person on that list.
Yeah.
Just because you're the top person on the Google list does not mean you're the best contractor by any stretch of the imagination. Read through the reviews, look up their history, look at their website, read what other people are saying about them on other websites other than their own. You know, and there's a lot of educating yourself if you're going to go out there and hire contractors on your own. You know, you can go out, call Mark, you can call me to get some good recommended contractors. Go on our website.
Yep, sure.
Michelle's going to be on our website. All of her information's on there. If you want to go and look up her stuff, you can get her contact information there. But otherwise, you can give Michelle a call if you have your home warranty. She'll take care of you. It's just how it works. Okay. I am Matt, the Help Home Inspector. Mark Keller-Williams, Smith Team, Wisconsin. How do they get a hold of you?
262-271-6971, or check our website out at www.teamsmithwisconsin.com.
And tagline?
Make your dreams a realty.
There you go. And Michelle Glen from HSA Home Warranty. You can reach out to Michelle at 414-698-5823. Thanks for coming on. You can also reach HSA at onlinehsa.com.
That's right.
Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Yeah,
Thanks
it was
for having me.
awesome. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Really appreciate you. Have a great one. We'll see you next time, you guys. Remember, the better you take care of your house, the better it's going to take care of you.